Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. For happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injury. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelry.
Happy Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. I know, Lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and exchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast my moonlight at a window sung with feigning voice versus with feigning love, and stolen the impression of a fantasy with the breast to the hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, oh, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and stolen her affection which is due to me, to turn it to double stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
And would my father look but with my eyes?
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day twixt my love and thee, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience of the father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and a single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to a certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Oh, scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love. And what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine. And all my right in her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I voucher to his head, made love to Neda's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I've heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some busyness against our nuptial, and confer with you of something merely that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
Oh no, my love. Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Be like for want of rain, which I could well beteem from the tempest of my eyes.
Aye. For all that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Cross, too high to be enthralled, too low.
or else miscrafted in respect of years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged, too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Come here. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee? And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, in that same place thou hast appointed me tomorrow. True will I meet with thee.
Oh, keep promise, love. Oh, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Fair? Call you me fair? That's fair again, unsay. Demetrius loves you all fair, oh happy fair. Teach me how you look and with what art you do sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
That your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
That my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hated me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
Not but your beauty. I would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to our minds who will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the woods where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends in stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us. And good luck grant me thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Farewell, Hermia. As you on him, Demetrius dotes on you.
How happy some are others, some may be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. What of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. Herein me nigh to enrich my pay, to have his sight thither, then back again.
All our company here. Now find the space, find the space. Warm up.
Oh no, you were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here's a scroll with everyone's name on it that is thought fit in all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on. Then name your actors and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is, just say, the most lamentable comedy, the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece, I assure you, and a merry. Now, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
Yeah, Nick Bottom. Now, you're set down for,
Pyramus.
What? No.
Yeah, what is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
Well, it's a lover that kills himself most gallant for love, but I don't think...
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. Do the rest.
Francis...
Yet my chief humour is for a tyrant. I can play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat into make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. Now name the rest of your players. This was Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Is that it? Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Yes. Francis Flute, you are to take on,
Thisbe.
What? Thisbe.
Oh, what is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
No. It's the lady that Pyramus was... That's all right. You're a plant in the mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too.
Oh, come on.
I will speak it in a monstrous little voice.
Thisbe! Thisbe!
Oh, Pyramus! Oh, mother dear! Oh, Thisbe dear! Lady dear!
No, you must play,
Pyramus.
Pyramus. No, not Pyramus. That's
Yes!
All right. You must play Pyramus and you...
Thisbe.
Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Oh, dear. Robin Starling, the tailor.
Yeah, Peter Quince.
Yes. Robin Starling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout.
Here, Peter Quince.
Now you, Pyramus's father. Yeah. Myself, Thisbe's father. Whoa! And now, here, I think we have a play fitted. Oh God, there's another one. Snout, the joiner. Oh dear. Oh yes. Oh yes. You, the lion's part.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me. I am slow of study.
You may play it extempore. Extempore, make it up, for it's nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I would roar and it would make any man's heart glad to hear it. I would roar and it would make the Duke say, "Let him roar again! Let him roar again!"
No. And you should do it too terribly. You would frighten the Duchess and her ladies that they would shriek, and that'd be enough to hang us all.
If we should frighten the ladies out their wits, they should have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you and were a nightingale.
Oh, that's lovely.
Now, you can play no part that...
Pyramus!
That's all, just Pyramus. Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as one should see on a summer's day, a lovely gentleman-like man, and therefore you needs must play Pyramus.
Pyramus, we really have to play Pyramus.
Yes.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to discharge?
And what you were?
I could discharge you in your straw-coloured beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-coloured beard, a perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you play barefaced. Here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, to request you, to desire you, to con them by tomorrow night. Meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight, and there we will rehearse. For if we meet in town, we'll be dogged by company and our devices known. Meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. Now, I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet there, and there we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke, so we meet. Now, while she's not here, I just want to talk about some things I want.
Enough! Hold or cut those strings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through a bush, through a briar, over park, over pale, through a flood, through a fire. I do wander everywhere swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. The cowslips to all her pensions be, and their gold coats spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favours. In those speckles live their savours. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lovely spirits. I'll be gone. The queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forests wild, but she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he who fights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labour in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, sometimes make the drink to bear no bar, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet puff. You do their work, and they shall have good luck.
Anarchy.
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. Patroon, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And he, my mistress, would that you were gone.
Met by moonlight's proud Titania.
What jealous Oberon! Fairy, skip hence! I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton! Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corinth sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here come from the farthest steppes of India? But that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress, and warrior love to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. Ever since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or rushy brook, or in the beach's margin to the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the wind, piping to us in vain, as in revenge hath sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with a murrian flock. The nine man's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes on the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter cheer. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hames' thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are the parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress in my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied on the wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb enriched with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal of that boy, did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy. And for her sake I will not part with him.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Ferry the way. We will try downright if I longer stay.
Go thy way. I shall not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle pup, come hither. I remember since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music. I remember that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain Amy took at a fair vestal thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on, in maiden meditation fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league. I'll put a gird around about the earth in 40 minutes. Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, for pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay! The other slayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. You draw not iron from my heart, 'tis true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I'll have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not nor cannot love you?
And even for that, I do love you all the more. I am your spaniel, Demetrius. The more you beat me, I will fall on you.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not on
You
thee.
do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To entrust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your opportunity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor does this wood, like all the world's company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee. Hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valour
I will
flies.
not say thy questions, let me go! Or if thou follow me, do not believe that I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
Hey, the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs to set a scandal on thy sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed and were not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Welcome, Wanderer. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Now a rattle and a fairy song, then for the third part of a minute hence. Some to kill cankers on the musk rosebuds, some all with rear mice for their leaden wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
On a warm midsummer evening, drifting as the hours slip away. Say now, there can be no Now all is well. 1. Aloof. Stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near. Oh, fell out in faint with wandering in the wood. To speak truth, I've lost our way. Well, rest us, Hermia. Do you think it good? Carry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, 2 bosoms, and 1 troth.
Nay, a good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but 1 heart can we make of it. 2 bosoms interchained with an oath, so then 2 bosoms and a single troth. And by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. How much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far, be distant, and good night, sweet friend. My love never alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I. And so end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. May sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring now. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here, the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. She does not lie near. This lack love, this kill courtesy. Chill. Upon your eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Hey, but thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence and do not haunt me thus.
What, wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay, on thy peril. I alone will go.
I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so big and bright? Not salt with tears, for if it be so, mine eyes are oftener washed than hers. But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
Run through fire I will for my sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though yet Hermia loves you still, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not exchange a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? Why at your hands did I deserve such scorn? Good sooth you wrong me, good troth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. But a lady of one man refused should of another be so abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the greatest loathing to the stomach brings. Or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most by those they do deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated, to the most of me, and all my powers. Address your love and might to honour Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay, me for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What removed? Lysander, Lord! What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak any if you hear. Speak of all loves. You swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you are fine immediately.
Warm up. Oh. Come on. And to
Are we all met?
Aye, it is a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never do. First, Pyramus must draw his sword and kill himself. That the ladies can never abide. How answer you that?
I like the parlous fear. Oh, I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue.
Oh, sure.
And let that prologue seem to say that we do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Yeah. We shall have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
No, let it have 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Oh.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the liar? I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, we ought to look to ourselves. For to bring in God's shield as a lion among ladies were a most dreadful thing. For there's not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living. And we ought to look to it.
Therefore another prologue must tell that he's not a lion.
Now, let him name his name. And let half his face appear through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through it, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, 'twere pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And then let him name his name and tell them plainly he is
Snug.
Snug, the joiner.
Sure. Well, let it be so. But there is two hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into the chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Does the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. Fetch the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it does shine that night.
Well then, you may leave the casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in through the casement.
Or one must come in with a lantern and a bush of thorns and say that we come to represent a person of moonshine.
No.
There's another hard thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. Because Pyramus and Thisbe says the story, we did talk through a chink in the wall.
No, you cannot bring in a wall. No. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall.
That's what I said.
And let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast upon him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus. And through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
That may be, then all is well. Come, every mother's son, sit down, daughter obviously, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What emperor homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Come on, speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth. Okay. Yeah, over here.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savour sweet. Odious savour sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, I hear a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Come on then.
Must I speak now?
Oh, hi, Mary Mastiff. You must understand that he goes but to see a sound that is heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus. Most radiant Pyramus. Most lily white of hue.
Higher.
Oh, higher. Most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant flight. Most frisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Oh, -2, man. You don't speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus, you say your whole part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It was never time.
As truest horse, that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Aye, Bottom.
Oh, monsters! Oh, strange behold! Fly, masters, fly, masters, fly!
I'll follow you! I'll lead you about around, through pond, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and roar and neigh and bark and grunt and burn, like horse, hound, hog, their fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is some knavery of them to make me a fear.
Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
Now I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. And I will walk up and down, and I will sing, that they shall hear that I am not afraid. Thee, exalt cock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bell, that rustled with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
Finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay.
Oh, indeed, who would set his wit against so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cried cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamoured of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me off as view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Oh, methinks, mistress, I should have little reason for that. Though to say the truth, reason and love hath little company nowadays. The more's the pity that some honest neighbours do not make them friends. Nay, I can cleek upon occasion.
Oh, thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Well, not that neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I would have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate, and the summer still doth tend upon my state. And I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on me. And they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing, while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman, hop in his forks and gambol his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for like tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise. Oh, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Oh, nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal, hail!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Ah! I shall have more acquaintance with you, Master Cobweb. If I should cut my finger, I should make bold with you. And your name, honest gentleman?
Peas Blossom.
And your name, good sir?
Mustard seed.
Oh.
And I'm not. Come wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with watery eye, and when she weeps every little flower, lamenting some men forced chastity. Fly out my lover's tongue and lead him silently.
And what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What might rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love! Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stools, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that baron sort who Pyramus presented, in his sport forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-petted chops, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet matched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked of force she must be I.
Hast thou close? This is that same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I excuse thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. Thou hast slain Lysander in his sleeping, o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. It cannot be that thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead,
So
grim.
a murderer look, and so should I. Pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty, yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, her, thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, then tell me that he is well.
If I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more, and from my hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while, I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turn, and not a false turn true.
Then fate overrules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confronting a full oath.
About the wood go, swifter than the wind. And Helena of Athens look thou find. All of fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go! Look how I go. Swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as glorious as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Ha! Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vow so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. And will you give her over? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and I put into scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now give her up.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen! Divine! To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. How ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow, that pure congealed white, high Taurus' snow, fanned with the eastern winds, turns to a crow, and thou holdest up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss!
I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and you courtesy, you would not make me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? You must join in souls to mock me too.
You're unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know, I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my path. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will not. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her as guest-wise sojourned. And now to Helen, is it home returned, there to remain?
It is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not own, as to thy peril thou abide it dear. See where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night from the eye dysfunction takes, the air more quick of apprehension makes.
Oh!
Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye thy sand found, mine ear I thank it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly dost thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, no more in guilds than night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
No! She is one of this confederacy. Now I They have conjoined all three to fashion this false thought in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with your foul derision? Is all the counsel we true have shared, the hours we have spent when we did chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, so is all God?
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and fair?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do, Midsummer! Counterfeit sad looks, make mouths of me when I do turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jester. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Well, stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent, sweet!
Do not scorn her so.
She cannot entreat, I can compel. Thou canst compel the more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that saith I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come!
Oh, away!
No, sir. Seem to break loose. Take one, and come not. You are a tame man, sir. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bugger! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this sweet life?
Thy love, out, tawny tartar, out! Thou loathed medicine, thou hated potion heads!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, sir, for I perceive a weak bond holds you under. Trust thy word.
What, should I hurt her? Strike her, kill her dead? Though I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore on me what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Not you, Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid in earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life. I never did desire to see thee now. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer, 'tis no jest that I do hate thee. And love, Helena.
Oh me! You juggler! You canker-bosom! You thief of love! What have you come by night and stolen my left heart from him?
Fine, I beg! Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie! You counterfeit! You puppet, you! Puppet!
My son! Aye, that way goes again. Now I perceive she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, right forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low but that my nails can reach to thy...
I pray, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike that I can match her.
Lower! Again!
But Harley, do not be so bitter with me! I evermore did love you, did keep your counsels, never wronged you, save for love unto Demetrius, and told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you for love, I followed him. He hath chid me hence, and threatened me too, to strike me, burn me, kill me too! But now, you will let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my body back and follow you no further.
Why, get you gone. Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
With Lysander!
With Demetrius!
Not afraid, she shall not harm me, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
When she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. Though she be but little, she is
Little, again. Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flatten us? Let me cut her.
Get you gone, you dwarf! Minimus of hindering not grass made, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part, for if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide.
She holds me not, then follow if thou durst, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in heaven.
Follow, nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is along of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer though to run. Away!
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else commits thy neighbour as wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, for I have anointed an Athenian's eyes, and so far am I gladly so did sought, for this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Cease these lovers seek a place to fight. I therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog, as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus till o'er their brows death, counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I'm this affair to be employ, I'll to my queen, and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there, troop out to churchyards, the damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fear lest they should look their shames upon, they wilfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black proud night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester, the groves may tread even to the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turned into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste Make no delay. We may effect this business yet a day. Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one. Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then, to lay no ground. Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak! What in some bush? Where's thou hide thy head? Thou coward! Art thou bragging to the stars, still in the bushes that thou look'st for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou, child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is the vile who draws the sword on thee. Yea, art thou there? Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still draws me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. This villain is much lighter hill than I have followed fast, but faster he did fly, that fallen am I in dark, uneven way. Then here will rest me. Come now, gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward! Comest thou not? Abide me, if thou darest, for well I wot thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand and look me in the face. Where art thou now? Come hither, I am here. Nay then, thou mockest me. I shall buy this deer if ever thy face by daylight see. Go thy way. Oh, faintness constraineth me to measure out my length upon this cold bed. Thy day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, oh, dark and tedious night, abate thy hours and shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from those that my poor company detest. And sleep, which sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three. Come, one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, but dabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens, shield Lysander if they mean afraid.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit me down upon this flowery bed.
cheeks do corn, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy large fair ears, my gentle boy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Ah, Monsieur Cobweb, take you your weapons and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on top of a thick. And then, monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, good monsieur. Take care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflow with an honey bag, senor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Ah, give me your niece, good monsieur. I pray you leave off your courtesies, monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, save to help Cavalieri Peas Blossom to scratch. Oh, I must to the barbers. Methinks I am marvellous hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass that if my hair do but tickle, I must scratch.
What wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear for music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I can eat a good dry oats. Methinks I have a great disposition for a bottle of ale. Good ale, sweet ale, and no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee hence new nuts.
I would rather have a bottle or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have a great exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies be gone, and be your ways away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the woods, seeking sweet favours for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. And that same dew, which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her her changing childhood. Straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the child, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Diana's bud, or Cupid's flower, hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon. Oh, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came this thing to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. And Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5%.
Oh, music, music such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound music! Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in due Theseus' house, triumphantly, and blessed to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
My lord, here is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nella's Helena. I wonder at their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and, hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But, speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go with the huntsmen, wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. We give these wood birds but a couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking. But as yet I cannot truly say how it came here. But as I think it, for truly would I speak, and now it do befit me, so it was I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent, that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their purpose. Of this their stealth hither to this wood, and I in fury followed them. Fair Helen, who in fancy following me. But my good lord, I will not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, all the virtue of my heart, all the object and pleasure of my eye is only Helen.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by, with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. Come, my daughter.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like faraway mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, where everything seems double.
And so methinks I have found Demetrius, like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me, but yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think that the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let us follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. beyond the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he goes about to expound this dream. I will have Peter Quince write me a ballad of that dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it has no bottom, and I will sing it at the latter half of the end of the play before the Duke.
Have you seen to Bottom's house? Is she come home yet?
She cannot be heard of. Out of doubt she is transported. If she comes not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, does it?
Not possible. We have not a person in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but she.
No. She has simply the best wit of any handicraft person in Athens.
And she's the best person too. She's a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Master, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there's 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we'd have all been made men.
Sweet bully Bottom. Thus has she lost 6pence a day during her life. She could not escape 6pence a day. And the Duke had not given her 6pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. She would have deserved it. 6pence a day in Pyramus. For nothing.
Where are these lads?
Most courageous, most happy hour.
Masters, I have to discourse wonders. But ask me not what.
What?
For if I were to tell, I would not true Athenian. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Let every man look o'er his part. For the short and long is, our play is prepared! No more words. Away! Go away!
It is strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables or these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, almost frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the form of things unknown, the poet's pen turns into shapes and gives to every nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
Oh. But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks, your balls, your beds.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrates.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time if not with some delight?
There is a brief. How many sports are ripe? Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The Battle of the Centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, did make mine eyes water. But more merry tears than passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Oh, hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never laboured in their minds till now, and now have told their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
Oh no, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have seen it all. It is nothing, nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intent, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss. Simpleness and duty tender it. Go bring them in. And take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness or a charge to duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
Well, he says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit.
So please your highness, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will. That you should think we come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come not in despite. Our true intent is wanting to content you. We are not here for your delight. Well, the actors are at hand, and by their show you shall see all that you would like to know. What was wrong?
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
Indeed, he had played on his prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at us. Wander on. The truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you will know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast does present war, that vile war that did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink, poor souls, they were content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern, dog and bush of fruit, presented moonshine, or if you will know, by moonshine that will his lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, they're there to woo. This grisly beast. The trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody teeth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with bloody blameful blade, he boldly breached his boiling bloody breast. Sorry. Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, that lion, moonshine, wall, it's a fence.
I said I didn't have any bricks, didn't I?
That lion, moonshine, fence! Mother's pain, discourse at large while here they do remain.
Give me much time, did you?
I wonder if the lion need to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interval it doth befall that I, one Stout by name, very reliable workman, sir. I, one Stout by name, references are available, madam. I, one Stout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that added it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often and very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and these stones does show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lyman Hand to speak better? This is the wittiest partition, my lord, that I ever heard this one. Pyramus goes near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim look night! Oh, night, with you so black! Oh, night, whichever are when day is not! Oh, night, alack, alack, alack! I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. But thou, O wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thy cheek to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what's the eye? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked eye, whereas I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The one with things being sensible should curse again.
Oh, no, really, sir, he should not. Oh, deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the chink. You will see. It will fall pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
For often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy if I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love! Thou art my love, I think.
Well, think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. A lightly mander am I trusty still.
And I, like Helen, till the faith may kill.
Not shaffelous to properous of this vile wall.
I kiss the walls whole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Neddy's too meet me straightway?
Kind life, kind death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, Wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus Wall away doth go.
How is the mule down between the two neighbours?
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst no worse of imagination amended.
Oh, well, it must be your imagination then and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Oh, here comes a noble beast and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion laughter in wildest rage doth roar. Know then that I, as
Snap!
yeah,
Snap the joiner.
Snub the joiner am, a lion fell, nor yet no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, twere pity on my
A very gentle beast and of a good conscience.
The very best of the beast, my lord. That's how I saw.
This lanthorn doth the horn and moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and the horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horn and moon present. I, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it tells the man in the moon?
I am a weary of this moon. Would he would change.
It seems by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. But yet in all courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon. I am the man in the moon. This thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all of these are in the moon. Silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is Odin in his tomb. Where is my love?
Well run, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Your moon, truly the moon does shine with a good grace.
Well passed, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining out so bright, that by thy golden, gracious, glistening gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay. Oh, spite. But Mark, what are you doing? Poor knight. Get up. What dreadful dole is here? Eyes, can you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck. Oh, dear. Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood. What she furies fell. Oh, fates, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quill.
His passion and the death of a dear friend could go near to make a man look sad.
Be true, my heart, but I do pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature hast thou lion framed since lion bile hath here deflowered, my dear, which is, nay, which was the fairest dame that ever lived, loved, liked, looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, outsawed and wound the pap of Pyramus, I, that left pap, where heart doth open. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled, my soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die.
With the help of a surgeon, he may yet recover and yet
Perchance moonshine has gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Oh, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Leslie, my love, off dead, my dove. Sweet Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak. Quite done. Dead. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Lovers, make moans. His eyes were green as leeks. Sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore, with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword, come blade, my breast embrue. And farewell, friends. Thus, Thisbe ends. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead. I and Wall too.
Oh, no! I assure you, the wall is down the part of their fathers. Will it please you to hear an epilogue? To see a Berghaus dance?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse, but your Berghaus, come, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath tolled 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis nearly fairy time. I fear we may outsleep the coming morn as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends to bed. A fortnight hold we these solemnities, nightly revels and new jollities.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy hound snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, every one let forth his sprite in the church-way paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are frolic! Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace will we sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bright bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. And thee, with this field dew consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend, and, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to skip the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. And so good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.